Quick note about today's episode. This episode features construction in the background. Either just ignore it, or just imagine we're making you a she shed or a man cave. On with the show!
Hey, I'm Red, and I'm gonna do some snacking and yakking with Big Ben Kennedy.
Yes, this is Red. Alicia Red, but I didn't know how she was going to say her name in the beginning. I also didn't know she was going to break into the snacks before the opening credits, but I dig it.
Your girl's hungry.
I mean, you could actually smell them when you don't eat as much junk food. I've been doing good this year. When you don't eat as much junk food, you smell junk food from like a mile away. It's like I've become like a basset hound or something.
100%.
Oh, it's so good. But before we get into these snacks and we start talking to Red, I just want to ask you, please subscribe, follow, comment, and share. If you do, I will dig through this thing and find you the magic chip.
And you'll fight me for it.
The one that's caked up. I know, that's why I said it. She was looking for one. She was looking for one before we started. She's like, I know it's in here. So she'll fight you for it. So just subscribe anyway. But hi, Red.
Hello.
It's so funny. You reached out to me. Hey, would you be interested in having me on? And I was on a cruise ship headed to Mexico, headed to Cozumel. And I was like, yeah, I would love to. And I said, and she was asleep next to me in this little stateroom. And I said, actually, promised my wife I wouldn't do all the bunch of show stuff. I mean, I just had the reels to post, the little clips to post. But other than that, I wasn't going to book people. I wasn't going to call people. I wasn't, I was like, we're good. And I said, so we'll get it when I get done. Don't say anything. Shh, And it seemed like,
Don't tell my wife.
I know, that's the thing. Don't tell my wife. It's like I'm cheating on her by working. Like, it's very weird. Like, don't tell my wife. Like, I'm worried about getting in trouble for that. But as soon as I got back, I think the next day, I was like, let's get this on.
Yeah.
And I did not know that I had met you prior. And then when we did the show, Pub on 61, we decided afterwards, we were like, let's go up the street and do karaoke. So we went up the street and do karaoke at Cedar Creek Tavern. And as soon as I walk in the door, boom, there's the girl from TikTok. And I said, hey. And you said, hey. And I went over, and before I could offer the handshake, she had me grabbed up at the edge of the stage. And I said, it's such a pleasure. And then I, of course, signed up for a couple of songs. And then during like one of the breaks where you come over to us, and I said, it's so cool to like meet you. And you said, we've already met.
We had. We did. I don't get the opportunity to come out and do comedy very often at Wits End, but there was one night towards the tail end that Rossi Brown had hit me up and was like, hey, there's a few people left, like a few slots if you got time to make it out. And I was like, I think I can make it. So I went out and did a set, and then we hung out outside the front door for a little bit and just chit chat. But it was one time, and you were on your way to your car, so it wasn't like a long drawn out conversation. But I did make you chuckle at least once.
Of course. You will today. I like you all. I mean, I like everybody. I'm a very big fan of people. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to start this.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it interview style because I like people. I like their stories. I like the way they light up when they tell their stories. I fell in love with my wife for her storytelling at Wild Wing Cafe down on Market Street when that was still existed. And It was in 2001. She just told such an amazing story, and I was lost in those eyes, and I was just like, I love it. And she tells me stories. She repeats them, and I'll just still listen because I like the way she tells them. So I won't go, I've already heard it. I hate when people do that, for one, but also I'm just like, yeah, and I like watching people. They love to tell their stories, and so I create this. I'm living the best life every weekend. Get to hear your stories. So tell me your story. We're in the running right now, not competing, because I already know I'm good. No, I'm just joking. You're in the running for best local female vocalist.
Correct.
In the Charleston City paper,
Yes.
best of 2026. I am up for best local podcast. Now,
I voted for you.
I voted for you. I was doing where I was like, please vote for the people who had been on the show. But then as I started seeing future guests, I was like, and I'll vote for them, and I'll vote for them. So I totally voted for you. Because truth be told, I didn't know any of the other people. So what constitutes the best female vocalist?
Okay, so I didn't even know before last year that there was like a nomination period. I assumed that Charleston City paper selected the people for each group,
Right.
and they were the ones who decided who was going to be in that running. And a friend of mine reached out and was like, hey, can you please nominate me for Best Local Bartender? And I was like, you can do that? So I went to see if there was a DJ option, and there wasn't, but there was a female vocalist option. And I've been singing since I was like 5 years old. I'm pretty well known around the karaoke circuit.
Right.
So I put it out to my people on social media and was like, hey, you know, if y'all are willing, nominate me. And I got nominated last year, and I got first runner-up.
Nice.
And I got first runner-up to Lauren Hall, who was like local celebrity. It's like here's Darius Rucker, and then here's Lauren Hall.
Okay,
like
okay.
She's not like super well known, but she's well known enough that she's traveling and like
Okay,
doing big concerts, opening for bigger people in other cities.
So eventually, it, like the category says, Best Charleston Celebrity, and it says parentheses, not Bill Murray or Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
Now it's going to say Best Female Vocalist, not Lauren Hall. Like, it's just a matter of time before it says that, because they exclude.
No offense to Lauren Hall, you know, she's a beautiful singer. She's a country artist. I just
oh yes, now I know who you're talking about. I have seen her online.
And I've had people reach out to me like, oh, I've never heard of you before, but then like people who come out to karaoke they know me as soon as they walk in. They hear my voice, they hear my rasp, they're like, oh, you're Red.
Which is wild that you have the rasp, but you don't have that raspy singing.
I do. It's certain songs.
Right, but it's not as pronounced. Like you're not like raspy. Like it's not like I don't say Dusty Springfield. Who would be a good Bonnie Tyler, yeah. You have, when you're powerful, it goes through that. So is that just a thing of, you just have a raspy voice because when you get louder, it like fills in the like, your vibrations are quicker or something?
I would say my singing style is always to shoot for the stars. Like I love to sing a big song that, you know, gets the crowd's attention. I also love to play to a crowd. So if I walk in and it's more of a biker bar or more of a country scene or like that, I will play a song that I hope that will get the crowd going.
Got you.
As far as my rasp goes, I was a delinquent child and started smoking cigarettes when I was 12 and smoked until I was 24. So that's probably where the rasp comes from. But I mean, today it's, you know, some people find it cute, I guess.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I liked it for Natasha Lyonne, but then I found out that hers was due to smoking because as soon as she quit, that second season of Poker Face, she didn't even sound like herself. So it's directly affected. Like, she immediately sounded completely different.
Yeah.
But I always loved her little raspy voice. And red hair. Plus, you did a photo shoot doing a little local modeling, and you teased that hair up and curled it up, and you had her hair going on.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, I wear many hats besides this beanie. I could stack them a mile high. I do modeling. I do photography. I'm a local DJ. I sing. I've been featured in a couple of bands around Charleston.
Nice.
The list honestly goes on. I work at Epic Game Show Experience on Market
Okay,
Street.
I've had Lane here, Lane
Yeah.
Lovegrove, in this seat, and Aimee Cuisan, who had done a stint over there. So, and he had reached out to all of us, and I had asked him about it, but I guess, I mean, between the day job and all of this, I just don't
Yeah.
have the time.
Right.
You know, but I would love to. I always dreamed of being a game show host when I was a
Right.
kid.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
so much fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
I may have to just try. I may have to just hang out there
Be a
and
guest star.
Yeah.
They do that every once in a while. You
Okay.
can come in and just be a guest star for like one show.
Oh, nice. I might have to try and do that. So you say DJ, but then KJ.
Yeah.
So when did you get into the karaoke side of things, or have you always done that?
So I started with trivia back in 2019. A friend of mine was very suddenly moving to Hawaii.
Oh.
Her boyfriend, now fiance, was a union worker.
Okay.
So they were literally leaving in like 2 weeks, and she was like, I'm gonna leave my trivia manager high and dry. And I was like, well, suggest me. I would love to get into it because all the equipment, everything is provided.
Oh,
So-
by the manager?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I got into trivia, and I did trivia, bingo, and musical bingo for 3 years.
Wow.
And then in 2022, we parted ways, and I decided to get my own equipment and started doing it on my own. And then I moved into like a Family Feud style game that I started doing with people, which I find people loved way more than trivia because it's not so much knowledge as opposed to just assuming what more people would know about
Correct.
a situation as opposed to it having to be a specific answer. So people tend to have more fun with Family Feud.
Sure.
And then I migrated into karaoke, and I prayed on Bangkok Lounge until...
Now, is Bangkok Lounge old Upper Deck?
Yes.
Right, above Gilroy's.
Correct.
Okay, so I had done some karaoke there one night when my friends came in from back home. A group of friends from back home, Art and everybody, they came into town and we ate at Ion. We ate at a little place on Ion.
Okay.
And then we went downtown and I guess it was Bangkok Lounge then. When I walked upstairs, I was like, wow, this used to be
different.
Yeah, because we used to do sometimes comedy there.
Yep.
Dusty Slay ran a little comedy night there. We'd stand at the stage facing the long part, but the karaoke comes from like the fireplace side or whatever that little altar going the opposite way. So it's very weird, unless they've changed it since
Well, we
then.
got rid of the stage and put booths in.
Yes.
So now it's just in front of the fireplace is where you perform your karaoke. And then
Yes.
the DJ booth is directly to the right of that.
So this
to
was
the left when you're walking in.
just after the pandemic because the karaoke jock there was putting condoms on and off the mics.
And we still do that.
In between. Okay.
We don't require masks anymore. We used to require masks to sing, which is incredibly difficult.
Oh, I
if you
imagine.
can imagine.
Yeah.
But no, Bangkok opened at the end of 2019.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, of course, and
Yes.
luckily they were able to survive. But yeah, they've been the #1 karaoke spot, Best of Charleston, for the past 6 years. Ever since they
Wow.
opened, they've been #1 in Charleston.
Now I'm trying to get Boston, the guy who owns that place as well as Recovery Room. I've been on
And Lucky's.
Yeah, I've been in touch with him. So once he's a busy man.
Oh, yeah.
Once the summer's here and my son comes back home to produce, because he can only really do this on the weekdays.
Yeah.
And typically we just do weekends and evenings for my wife and my kid and everything. But once I got him, I'm like, hey, bud, let's go meet up with Boston down here on like a Monday afternoon. You know?
Right.
As long as he doesn't get too loud, because we got, business mates in the building, but I don't think he would. But he seems like a really nice guy. We've been texting back and forth. Chris,
Yes.
yeah, they call him Boston. So he was put on to me by Jason Lee Rose, that hyper little dude. And so yeah, but I love that, like, little by little, this is such a scene. Like, everybody, you mentioned Rossi, had him on here. So, like, eventually it'll just be like, if you don't know who we're talking about, just go find them.
Right.
But right now, if you're a loyal viewer and listener, then maybe you do know who I'm talking about, and you get all tickled when we mention a new person, or an old person, as it were. Not that Rossi's old, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, he's a little old.
Older than I thought.
I know, right? I swear to God, I thought he was the same age as me, and I was like, 10 years my senior? What?
Right. He was like, oh, I'm 40 something. What? Don't
Yeah,
even start
40
with a 4.
where?
Yeah, it's like, I think he's like 41 or 42. I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, that sickle cell is like really keeping him young.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's so cool too. I love
Such a good guy.
love him to death. So you said at the tail end of the comedy, you don't do it anymore?
I do it, but I'm such a busy person. Like, I never
Well, yeah.
stop going, so it's hard to find time. Ironically, whenever
Half magic. Anyway, go ahead. Ironically. And she puts the powder side down too, which is the only way to do it.
he always taunts me, I'm knee deep in a story, and he's like, "Look at this chip."
Look at this chip. Every time I find one, I'm gonna give it to you. So talk fast and get it out, because you never know when one's coming.
I'm too ADHD for this. So
Me
now
too.
I'm watching your bowl.
We'll take your bowl, put it there.
Okay.
It's a symmetry. Now it's not a problem, right?
I forget what we were talking about. What?
No. So when did you give up the comedy? When did you stop doing? I keep
didn't-
saying the
so I
comedy
didn't-
like I'm 80 freaking years
The
old.
comedy.
When did you give up doing comedy?
I didn't give up.
You've been busy.
I'm a busy person. I am funny in conversation. You know, this kind of rapport is a lot easier for me to like roll off the top of my head. Whenever I do comedy, I'm more of a storytelling type person as opposed to like a rambler. Or if I'm able to sit through a whole night of comedy, like make the whole thing, I'll roast little things throughout the show, because then I can like do a little note in my phone. But I actually started comedy in 2016 pregnant.
Oh wow!
I was 7 months pregnant with my son, and that's when I met Hagen Chase Ragland.
Now I met him briefly, I think, at the Sparrow one time.
I love Hagee.
But-
But yeah, I met all the OG comics back then. So it was Rossi Brown, and Stan Shelby, Joseph Coker, John Antoine, Hagen Ragland, and Shauna Jarrett, which
Hey,
is
Shauna.
still very popular in the area. Sam Hendry, who's moved on. I could list a million people, but like I walked in, I did a set. Everybody approached me immediately after. You're so funny. You got to do this again. And I was like, okay.
I'll do it. I'll do it for the next couple of months, but after that, I might be busy.
And I came back. I remember coming back after I had my son, and everyone was like, oh my God, because it's like a culture shock seeing somebody that you met pregnant.
Yes.
And then afterwards, like them not being pregnant, it's like, who are you?
There was a guy in radio, Mickey Coachella.
And he was pregnant?
Yes, his wife was. His wife. Okay, his wife was pregnant with a little girl who would later be the girl in the viral video who talked about, if the monster come, I'm gonna kick my ass.
No way.
Yeah, that was Mickey's daughter.
Wow.
So, I mean, viral sensation. She says, I'm going to kick his ass. And she's like, what? He says, kick my ass, I'm going to kick his ass, you know? And she keeps saying, you're not supposed to say that. And she goes, oh, that's his daughter. Well,
That's hilarious.
when she was pregnant with that little girl, I met her, and she was super sweet. And she was talking to me, and because Mickey and I did a show together. And then cut to, she had the baby, I want to say like 3 months later. She's like joking with me, and I'm like, why is this hot girl talking to me? Like, I got it like that sometimes, but not with girls like this caliber, you know? Like, usually girls like that, they don't talk to, they don't talk to fat boys, you know? But she was just like so, you know? And then finally I was just like, and I watched her walk over to Mickey, and I was like, holy shit! I actually mentioned it we have a 98 Rock, I actually mentioned it on the air. And I go, I didn't even recognize your wife, dude. And he was like, yeah, she got her figure back quick, didn't she? I said, she got Sailor Moon's figure back quick. I didn't even explain what she looked like. She looked like an anime character. It just didn't even make any sense.
He's just terrible at remembering beautiful people, is all I'm going to say.
Well, I heard you're on the revenge. And if you watch your TikTok, man, don't wrong you. You'll make them pay.
I try not to be vendetta. But, when... I am loyal to a fault. I'm a serial monogamist. I love to be in a relationship, and this time around, I'm being so uberly picky. I was in a marriage for almost 10 years that ended, and there's a lot of abuse that I went through with that, and then I moved into a relationship with a very narcissistic person who, kind of was like, if you don't have somebody to support you, you're never going to be able to make it.
Right.
And then
Gaslighting the shit out of you.
Yeah, and then after that, the last relationship I was in, I made sure to make it a point to never feel like I needed to be taken care of.
Right.
So I really got my grounding and like my independence in that relationship. And at the end of the day with that one, it was just knowing my worth and what I deserved out of a relationship. So that relationship didn't end over like abuse or cheating or anything. It was just like, I don't feel like he respected me the way that I respected him. And we were together for almost 4 years,
So that's 14 years of kind of...
That's 17 years because the second relationship was almost 3.
Oh, wow.
So 17...
Yeah, serial monogamous, but also your picker's broken, hon. I don't know if you know that.
Well, that's why it's been 8 months of being single and fishing.
I'm making fun of you, but it's quite empowering. Like, that's what I'm saying is...
Yeah.
It sounds vengeful and all that stuff, but no, you are like... This is me.
Yep.
I'm living my best life.
Yep.
Eat piles of shit. Like you're just. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love, like the way that you're just putting yourself out there and you're just unapologetic, and it's amazing. It's really, like I said, I like it. I like watching people like move on or just, I don't know, like just shed the shit. I love that. I love watching people in their new skin.
Yeah.
And it just seems like, for somebody who's so bubbly, I mean, obviously, if you made me laugh when I met you, I would have thought you were, funny and but then when I saw you at the karaoke and stuff, I didn't know you to be somebody who was being held down or being, and all that stuff. So,
well, remove the relationship aspect of it. I grew up in a very broken home, and I grew up heavily bullied in school. I was a bigger girl in school, and we were not very wealthy people, so all of my stuff was off-brand, and I was teased for anything that you could imagine. Freckles, red hair, all that stuff came with it, And then as an adult, I dealt with the relationship stuff, but I just wanted to be wanted so badly.
Right.
And then when I got out of that, I was like, I am me, and I'm not gonna hold back that anymore. So like even on my dating profile, I'm like, if you can't tolerate me as me, just don't even bother. Like I am somebody who loves everybody. As you know, I am a hugger. Immediately I meet somebody, I'm like, I want to hug. And I'm very loving to everyone. Everybody knows my name. People approach me in Walmart. They're like, oh, you're Red from this. Because
That's awesome.
people know me from so many different places. So I've made it known whenever I've gone on dates with people, like, hey, just so you know, I get a lot of attention. I am a very loyal person. I've never cheated in a relationship,
Right.
but I do get attention and I do feed into it because I like to be known around Charleston and I like the reputation that I have. So I'm never going to be cold to somebody.
Right.
And I would never want the treatment that I was given as a child or even as a young adult to be towards anybody else. So I make friends with everybody. I'm very, very big in ally in the LGBTQ community.
Me too. Yes.
And I've got a lot of friends that are on the autism spectrum, and it makes my heart happy. Sorry if touching this is a problem. It makes my heart happy seeing people get excited to see me because I get excited to see people.
Yeah, absolutely. And the generic thing, I never had a name brand thing. I got my first pair of actual name brand Nikes from the Patapsco flea market after my mom won on a lottery ticket when I was 15, and it was crazy. I was I
Going
felt
shopping, boys.
She was like, "You want these?" And I was walking around school like I was rich. And it was just a pair of Nikes, but I pay less.
Right.
Pay less shoes.
Yep.
And here's the thing.
Walmart and Ross.
When I got older and I could afford to buy my own shoes, I still went to Payless. I just didn't have that thing in me that said, and finally she's like, my wife's like, hey, if you buy better shoes, you won't have to buy them so often. And so I was like, really? And then I started buying 3 shoes, shoes for work, shoes for home. And then it's if I cycle through them, they last even longer because I'm never wearing one more than a day or two. And I was like, holy crap. But to speak to you, so when we were talking about, I'm very outgoing and I like people. And when we first got together, I was very big in the comedy scene. I was very popular in Baltimore. And it was a rough adjustment for her. So she told me, and I'll tell that to you, is so if he treats everybody like this, what makes me so special aside from sharing a bed? Because it's everybody's getting the same Ben. But then I kind of understood what she was saying. And then I was like, well, no, I'm a very forthcoming person. I'm a very honest person. But I need to learn that she gets the deep, deep stuff.
Yeah.
And I just casually talk with everybody else. I get pretty honest on this show.
Right.
But she gets honesty.
Correct.
So it's once we learn that, because I used to be an open book, almost inappropriate. So I used to just say everything.
What is TMI?
Oh my God. Right? And then finally I stopped that and I started reserving some of those things. And then I found out talking to her felt freeing because I was like, well, I can get it out, and I'm not worried about judgment because she's one of the least judgmental people I know, at least towards me.
Correct.
Yeah, she's got some. She don't like a fucking MAGA. Anyway,
Same girl.
She hates the MAGA. But
Gen X, I can hold a grudge.
oh my God, she can. She's Gen X, deep, dead center Gen X, and she can hold a grudge for ever.
I saw a sticker on a truck today that said, "Your local," and then they had a Trump sticker in the back window that said, and it's
oh my God. Well, that probably can't stay in the episode because I won't get any monetization for that. Dude, they're very weird. There's one of my previous guests and I were joking about people having election signs in their yard. So we had we had a person in our neighborhood who was big on the president and had a window cling of them sitting in the back seat of their car. And I mean, just
do they have the daddy's home
my
flag
God,
in their front yard?
The Let's Go Brandon flag. I mean, it was, dude, this person, we were
it's their whole personality.
we were driving in and we're like, We got one. We have our own. Like we were like so happy in the neighborhood to have our very own, like, Trumper. And all we were joking around about was we were like, cool. And then he had an election sign fake one that was for Taylor Swift, like vote for Taylor Swift. And YouTube almost wanted to stop my video because it was endorsing political candidates. I'm like, Taylor Swift?
I'm dead.
So I resubmitted, and they were just like, oh, never mind. I'm like, that I don't know, it's the AI, whatever they're using is real aggressive for anything political if you're not a political channel.
Yeah.
So if I establish myself as like Occupy Democrat or something, and then I can mouth off, and they're like, oh, you're a political channel. But if I'm just a regular channel, they're like, what do you think you're doing? I'm like, really? Like, you can't even just make a side comment with a guest that you're talking to? Like, what happens if I have an actual politician here? Are you going to shut my whole channel down?
I'm saying.
Right.
It's wild the way that they've turned it into, like, a following. And it's funny that you bring up Taylor Swift because Swifties are the exact same way that people who follow Trump are. Like, I've never seen a group of people be so devoted to a singer. And I was part of the Beyonce phase. I was part of the Hannah Montana phase. Nobody ever got the clout that Taylor Swift has.
Unflappably so.
And I will never understand it because more power to her. She's doing great things. She is not the most fantastic singer. I think she's a good singer, but I think that there are other singers.
I just can't understand. Like, she's just so nice, and it's like I'm waiting for her to like peel off her skin and be like a lizard.
Yeah.
But you can't. I mean, either she is just put together, or like she is just. I don't even understand.
American Dream Girl.
But they won't. You're never gonna find a video of her. You just won't. I mean, just give me one video of her flicking a cigarette into like a freaking trash can or something.
Right.
Anything.
Farting on a subway.
Something. She is either on top of her game 24/7. Like, she doesn't even crack a fart in her own kitchen.
Right.
Or she is just seriously the person we think she is, which is just so sometimes angering.
Yes.
So triggering. It's like, no!
Stop being so pretty!
You watch her like, she's so like just appreciative of people clapping for her, and it's like, come on, you're Taylor Swift. You don't have to act like that. But then she recognizes somebody in the front row who she saw at another show like 6 weeks ago. It's like, come on,
right.
Like, how do you do that? And
she might just be the most genuine
might
all-American girl.
She just might be. She might be. But because of that, her picker sucks. Because every relationship she's been in, she's just been with like guy after guy after guy who don't understand, I guess.
Well, Travis Kelce's made it past
He made it.
the ring,
He's
right?
made it that far.
I mean, they did a whole proposal.
Yeah.
Engagement shoot on Instagram. Like, that means it's real.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time she's done it.
Right.
I mean, think about this, though. If she writes a song every time she breaks up with someone, Travis is going to get a motion picture. He's going to get a full album.
Yeah, no kidding.
If that ends.
I mean, who was it? Liam Hemsworth tried to sue
Miley Cyrus.
Tried to sue Miley Cyrus for defamation of character for Flowers.
Yes.
Like, this song is about me and it hurts my feelings. It's like, sir, you should be so privileged.
Right,
to be
exactly.
saying Miley Cyrus dedicated a song to you.
Right. Oh, when she said she can love herself better than I can, God damn it. Like, no.
How does she know?
That's not the way that works, kiddo. Get over yourself. Your brother's better anyway.
He has the power.
Dude, but Chris.
It's a Thor joke.
He has the power. Chris is, that's another one that just drives you nuts. There's like no way he's that nice and he's that normal, but he is. I can't find an instance where he's not. It's surprising. But you know what? I mean, he was one when he was on Ghostbusters with the girls, the female crew. Melissa McCarthy was talking with him, and she was like, "Can you sing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can carry a tune." And then she was like, and then he started like singing something, and she said it conjured something up like guttural in her, where she's like, "You shut the fuck up, Chris," because she was like, "Just do one more, more damn thing, right?"
I'm saying.
We were at the VA hospital. I was doing interfacility transfer, and I'm at the VA hospital either taking a patient to another hospital or vice versa. And then this guy comes out, young guy, built like a, young black kid, built like a brick shit house. And he comes out and he's super handsome, like Shamar Moore. I'm like, get the hell out of here, right? And I said, are you the nurse? And he said, no, sir. And I look, and he's a doctor. And like, as he walks away, I said, well, pleasure to meet you, sir. And as he walks away, I'm thinking, did you have to take them all? You wanted every woman? You didn't want to leave any for anybody else. Like, literally, you are a gorgeous, black, muscular doctor. Just anybody else. Just let anybody else have a shot.
Right.
God.
Some kitty for the rest of us.
Something, man. He had everything going on. Everything. I mentioned him to a girl who used to work in the ER there. She was you found one? She worked in the ER, and I said, there's this doctor up. She cut me off. She was like, Dr. So-and-so? Oh, my God. I'm like, literally, he's like he just legend, floor to floor. They're like, oh, my God. I ate lunch with him one time, and I forgot I was chewing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
the
he
infatuation
is
real.
Seriously handsome. Seriously.
Right. If I was going to be gay.
No, I don't need to say that to say, holy crap, he was handsome,
Goes without saying.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of, I don't have that, what is it? Yeah, I don't have the not clarification, what do they call them? Qualifiers. I don't have qualifiers when I pay compliments and stuff like that. Like, I don't judge guys or anything. Now, I do it on stage in my bit, which is really funny. So I don't judge guys or nothing, but I'd buy a calendar. And it's just a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a guy who came up to me at the gym and was like, hey, believe it or not, I used to weigh 300 pounds. I said, believe it or not, so did I. So that was the whole thing. And I said, this muscular guy in his short, tight, impossibly short, tight shorts that at this point could be legally called a dick bandana. Yeah. I love doing comedy again. I found a love for it again. I've stepped away from it for a long time for the family, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be back. It's a lot of fun.
I get to get in there every once in a while.
Jump in.
Me and Lane were finishing a show at Epic Game Show Experience on Wednesday night. He's like, I might roll into Wits End for the tail end, and I was like, shoot, I could stroll in there, tell a little story.
How long ago was that?
Wednesday.
What?
I know, you missed me.
The return.
It's so funny because whenever I do get the time to go out there, it's always like right at the end of the night, like before they cut it. And so everyone's almost completely out of the room. So
You and then Alicia.
So I like wander out into the bar area and outside where everybody is congregated because all of their sets are over. And I'm like, so y'all want to come back in and watch me bomb on stage really quick so that the room's at least not empty?
Well, at least you do that. A lot of people don't bother to do that, but it's like you...
Yeah, they just complain on stage for how quiet it is.
But, I mean, to be honest, in the karaoke thing and all that, you would walk around and say, hey, you guys singing tonight? So you don't have any problem trying to gather up a crowd. You guys interested in playing bingo tonight? You'll walk the whole restaurant, the whole bar. So that's a cool thing.
With trivia and like all the other games, absolutely. Karaoke, I don't have to do that.
Right. True.
Karaoke, especially at Bangkok Lounge, like I try to tell people this all the time. Bangkok Lounge is a karaoke bar. People come there for karaoke. This isn't a bar that people go to for drinks and it's like, oh, karaoke is happening. They are like, oh, karaoke is here. The moment they walk in the door, where do I sign up? Instantly. My list, I worked last night. My list was 53 people deep at 11 o'clock. Yeah. That is a 3.5 hour wait.
Good God. Yeah, we were there. I think it was at least 20 people deep when I went.
Yeah, probably around like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah. It was about 20 people.
We open at 6 for karaoke. Bar opens at 5. Karaoke starts at 6. So if you want to be able to sing a lot, until like 8 o'clock, the list stays an hour or under typically.
Right.
And then after 8, especially on the weekends, it's just a flood of people. It's like 8:30, like a chime goes off in downtown Charleston, and everyone's just like hauling ass to Bangkok Lounge. Karaoke! You know? And that's how it is. And then I I've got a million and one things that I love about this job. Like I feel so at home at Bangkok Lounge. Like people come in and as they're leaving, they're like, you're such a great host. You make this such a great time because I'll play tambourine, I'll play kazoo on the guitar solos. I'll get out and dance or hype up the crowd. I'll stomp my feet or start a clap so that everybody's like into it, and it feels like a little mini concert for each person.
Now, who was the little kid that was up there at Cedar Creek when we walked in? It was a kid.
Yeah, well, at Cedar Creek, that's a restaurant.
Okay.
So they don't have an age limit.
Got you. It was a little kid up there.
Yeah, there was a child.
What was he doing? He was doing like either Creed or he was doing something.
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln
if
Park.
I'm not mistaken.
Lincoln Park. Yep, in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was killing it.
He did a really good
did.
job.
Did a great job.
There was a blind guy there that night.
That's
Wasn't he
Noah
with you?
Brockett, and he is an episode ago.
He did System of a Down.
Toxicity.
And during
then he goes into the false scream. He starts getting crazy.
during the musical breakdown, I walked over to him and started acting like I was moshing, but he didn't know because he's blind. So he was like, "Oh, what's happening?" And then he realized that I was moshing. He's like, "Oh, okay," and started moshing with me a little bit.
He was standing there and he goes, I'm having trouble seeing the screen, but I'll do the best I can. Oh my God, he is so funny. He's like last episode.
So funny.
Yep. I think he's the one right before you. I already taped it.
Oh my gosh.
Noah, and he moves really well. He's really good with that cane, and he walks up and he finds the edge of the stage and he stands up to it. I'm always worried he's going to fall off of it, but he has spatial awareness, really well. But he's been blind since he was, I think he said 6 or 9. So, he's got some time, with it.
He definitely plays into it, though.
Oh, yeah, he makes fun. Fun.
His song ended, and he acted like he was going to walk off the stage, and almost everybody in the audience was like, "Whoa!" He just stopped and then, slowly
put a foot out and then step back.
But the reaction that he got, he's like, oh, there's a little bit of an insert here. Let me throw a little comedy in on this thing. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he was at the show with us.
I'm not sure if I remember the lyrics. Where's the screen at?
You know he's a comedian, right?
Yeah. I would be shocked if he wasn't.
Yeah, he was on the show with us, and he came over with us. But yeah, he's funny as hell.
So funny.
Yep, and he requested a lot of snacks, and I think he was enjoying himself one night when he started texting me extra things he wanted, and I surprised him that I did have them.
Oh my
So I had the original one he chose, and then he also wanted gummy bears and ice cream sandwiches, and so I was like, by the way, what? He was like so happy.
You can't see this, but there's a platter of all of your favorite snacks in front of you.
So I had a Guinness shirt on that had a Guinness, and it said "Hello, Darkness, my old friend," because we recorded.
Gosh, that's so funny.
We recorded on the 14th after the Park Circle Irish Festival.
Okay.
Or St. Patrick's Day Festival.
Yeah.
So I wore that shirt to that, and then I thought, well, that'd be pretty funny to wear with a blind guy. So I told him the shirt I was wearing. He loved it. I was like, I'm wearing a shirt that says "Hello, Darkness, my old friend." He's like, oh, man.
I love a shirt with a good pun on it.
Yeah. I said, I thought it'd be appropriate for a blind guest, right? Hello, Darkness.
I almost wore an oversized shirt that just had quotations on it. And then at the bottom, it says dash Helen Keller. It was between that one, this one, and another shirt that has a penguin with a knife that said flight was never an option.
That's right. That's right. Fight or flight?
Yeah.
Flight was never an option.
100% my humor.
They were talking about ostrich doesn't fly. I'm like, if you have a big enough slingshot.
I'm dead.
I'm like, yeah. 100%. An ostrich will fly. I always joke around, too, downtown when people need to be taken to the next building over. I'm like, can we get a trebuchet on the roof? And then just have a net on the other side.
Right.
I'd volunteer for it. They'd be like, we're going to chuck you over to the other roof. I'm like, cool.
Hell yes.
I'd be like, it's going to, as long as I don't get hurt before my open heart surgery, just fly through the air. What if it's the last thing, what if you die on the table? Like, well, at least I got to fly from building to building.
Yeah, and I made it.
You gotta do that thing that they do with the human cannonball. You gotta go like this, and then at the last second, tuck so you land on your back.
Oh my God, did you see that?
Right, you're just sitting there in the office building. You're like, there goes another one. You know, like, it's like the
slingshotting
Spider-Man at Universal Studios. They have the robot Spider-Man. It's like, there he goes.
Ping.
Oh, there's another one. Just people flying through the air.
Oh my gosh, I would die.
You know what? In the way we're headed with Idiocracy, that's probably just going to be a thing
No
anyway.
kidding.
You know?
This seems easier. It's easier. It gets all the people across the street in a much faster pattern.
Pattern. Just like, I love it's a pattern.
It's the first word that came to my brain. Brain working is difficult. Being smart, not always easy.
Oh, yeah. No bad can happen. Nothing bad can happen. Only good. No, what does he say? He said, bad things don't happen. Only good things. Or no, he said it wrong, but I don't know how he said it.
Ignorance is free, and in my house it is bliss.
Nothing will happen. Only bad things can happen. Not things happen good. Or something. He was just totally butchering. Well, butchering the English language.
Having a stroke.
He has a
on TV.
vocabulary about 10,000 words at best, and he uses about 6,000 of them.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Combination.
I'll say
words.
10,000 words tomorrow that aren't the same.
Wow.
I talk all the time, and I use all kinds of different words.
And I just tally each one as I'm going down. Yep, use that word.
I mean, if you tally the whole entire thing of this show so far, I've probably used, 50,000 unique words in less than a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I always like using words, I'm a fan.
I like to talk.
I like to talk. I was out of school for 24 years when I went to try and do nursing school. And I was like, hey, so they said, well, you did really high on the scores. You want to try and CLEP test, freshman English? And I was like, okay. So I took it, and I had enough scores to CLEP test freshman, sophomore, like the whole thing. I didn't take any English. And I had been in school for 2 decades. And I asked them on the PACS, I was like, how long, what's the PACS like? And they said, well, it's pretty much everything you learned in high school. I was like, well, I haven't been in high school for 26 years. They're like, well, give it a try. The best score, the best score wins, and you can take it as many times as you want. They don't know your other scores.
Right.
So I get in there and it's like 92nd percentile.
Wow.
I'm like, okay.
Wild.
I guess I still have smarts in there somewhere.
Got some brain.
Shake
Rattle it out.
Shake it out.
A little bit of ooze.
So then let's see. So what would you do if you won the funniest? I mean, not funniest. That's
The
what
funniest
everybody.
female vocalist.
If you won well, you are the funniest. I don't care what anybody says. If you won best female vocalist, I mean, could that help? Well, that could help with like karaoke. That could help with things. Because I'm wondering, aside from the just popularity of it all, like this would help for me. Being the best local podcast, we get a lot of attention. So if I could get people to come on the voted best local podcast, that's good for me. Mm-hmm. But what would it do for you? What do you think?
Make me cry. First of all,
just a validation
I
for
would
it.
be so honored, because like I'm not famous by any means, but to be just I can't think of the word.
Recognized.
Yes, to be recognized for my talent, after having such a weird life up to this point, like it would feel nice, very 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 validated. I would say between last year and this year, just being nominated has opened a lot of doors for me. I've gotten to do the national anthem for the River Dogs before.
Wow, I dream about that. I would like to do that.
I auditioned for it again this year. I don't know if I've gotten it yet.
When does that go down?
The auditions were not this past Monday, but Monday before last.
Okay, so look for them in March.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they if you follow the River Dogs on Facebook, they always post whenever they're going to do it, and then they do open auditions for the season. And then there's like 30 to 40 games, so they pick up to 30 to 40 people.
Okay.
And they have like a few alternates in case people have to call out sick or whatever.
Right.
So whenever I was leaving, there was 50 people signed up, and I was number 29, and I felt like I was in like the top 10 people that sang.
Very
so
cool.
I'm hoping that I get at least one game, but because of that, and another shout out to Rossi Brown. Rossi hooked me up with somebody who reached out to me this past week that asked me to send them an audition tape of me singing the national anthem in a minute or less, for me to potentially be singing the national anthem for the Charlotte Hornets playoff game, or for the Carolina Panthers.
That they're doing the Charlotte Hornets one at the Coliseum, and then the Panthers you have to actually go.
Yeah.
But they are actually hosting basketball games here at the Coliseum,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yeah, he said that he's in charge of recruiting, and Rossi reached out and was like, you need to check out my girl Red. And he's like, I've never heard of her before, but he went on my social media and he like saw like the best female vocalist stuff. So he had me sing Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You over the phone, and then had me do like a little cut of the Star Spangled Banner. And he was like, all right, I love your voice. Send me a clip and I'll let you know as soon as I hear something. So I'm really looking forward to hearing that. So it's already opened a ton of doors for me.
Put it up there. Put it up there.
Yes, please, please, please. I want to be. How'd that girl do it? Hey, I want to be famous.
Oh, yeah, the little girl.
The Vine.
She said,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, honey? I want to be famous.
Like, part of me wants to be famous, but part of me already feels Charleston famous, and it's a lot. It's already a lot to deal with. Having somebody approach you all the time. But outside of living in a glass box, like, it's just so fun to be able to do what you love.
Mm-hmm. And it's a small pond. It's getting bigger, but it's roughly still small.
Yeah. And Charleston's ever expanding.
Right. That's what I want for this. I want to not conquer Charleston, but I'd like to be recognized as close as I can to be the Charleston podcast, at least the entertainment-based Charleston podcast, because Charleston Time Machine and a lot of those other ones, they're in different avenues, but I'd like to be the...
I prefer a funny podcast whenever I'm
Right. I want to be
podcasts.
the entertainment podcast that Charleston just knows.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, that's at Snackin. Because we were joking around, me and David Furr, and we were just like, what do you think they're going to call me when they see me? Like, hey, Snack Guy or Snack Man, because they ain't going to remember Big Ben, I don't think. They're just going to call me like Snackin or the Yacker or something. We just wonder what it's going to be when they start recognizing me in
Big Ben's already
public.
taken.
By who?
The clock in England.
The bell.
It's not a clock.
The bell.
The bell in England.
Yeah, the bell inside of the clock.
Oh my God.
The tower.
I'm so
The tower is what they say is Big Ben.
Yes.
But Big Ben is technically the bell.
What?
That chimes, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But you did.
Yeah. Come on.
He still asked.
Big Ben
You
and
said
his
by what?
Big Ben and his dong.
I'm dead.
No.
Demonetized right there.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. Just all the Trump shit that can stay. I just talked about dong, and there it goes.
And I'm not taking it out
I'm not
either.
taking it. I'm not taking my dong out. Man. We just met.
Pull out
I mean,
what?
we're just
I have
hanging.
a wife. What do I need to pull out for?
Oh my God. This went sideways. This went sideways a little bit. No, just joking.
I gotta bring it back with a funny story about karaoke though. So
Let's do it.
So I'm at karaoke a few weeks ago, and I did If I Ain't Got You at the end of the night whenever it was more dead, because I can sing as long as the list is super short. Usually has to be a duet.
A lot of people like to get in there too much, the hosts.
Correct.
At least you don't
do
that.
we have like a strict rule. If there's more than 5 people signed up, that we can't sign up unless it's somebody signing us up as a duet.
Gotcha.
So I get up there and I do If I Ain't Got You by the end of the night. This black guy walks up to me and he goes, all right, white girl, I see you. And then he reaches out his hand and he goes, my ginger. I swear to God,
Ginger.
it was
Ginger.
the best moment of my life.
ginger.
And I was like, my dog.
Yeah, we'll keep it just this way. My ginger. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
I've been told that I'm black, but I still don't feel okay saying the N-word.
Yeah, that's a whole big thing with them claiming gingers are like
Yeah.
black. It's a weird
Yeah.
thing that keeps happening.
Do you know why? Because we are the oppressed white person. Like, out of
I
all,
get it.
we are so discriminated on by our hair color, especially as kids. Like, just treated
right.
so unnecessarily different by blondes and
Right.
brunettes and people with black hair. Like, if you had red hair, you're like, oh my God, look at this girl, or freckled, pigmented skin. You know,
Right.
I can't.
It's the minority within the majority.
Right.
Right, exactly. I mean, like white people, well, I mean, it's shifting, so we may not be much longer, but the majority of the
Right.
world being white, and we turn around and you got the redheads are just such a rare thing. So
Right.
yeah, I can understand.
Screw those people. And she's got blue eyes. Get out of here.
Blue, right, not green.
No, they're blue and they got yellow in the middle.
Oh, nice.
See?
So mine are just blue. I got some green in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're blue-green. If I wear a green shirt, you can see green. If I wear a blue shirt, you can see the blue. So like with this, you can see the blue.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, but if I wear green, you'll start to see there a
I
little
can
bit more
see
green.
the
green around the
heterochromia.
inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't realize it until much later in life, but my mom has hazel eyes and my dad has crystal blue eyes. So my eyes are actually the exact same color, both my parents. My mom's is on the inside, and my dad's is on the outside.
Got you. My mom's are
sunflowers.
hazel. My mom's are hazel. My dad was brown. My sister's hazel, and I
My
have
sister
these.
got green, like
Yeah, and I
bright
got
green
these.
eyes.
I'm pretty sure. I think she has hazel. I think they're both hazel. I'm the blue-eyed one, which is weird because my whole mom's side of the family is all brown eyes,
Wow.
except for my uncle Mike. God rest his soul. He had blue eyes, dark hair and blue eyes. That's right. And they treated him like shit. No, I'm just joking. they were so rude. They were so rude, and they're rude to me. You're gonna hate on some light eyes. Get you. I don't even know what that means. I mean, my dad's side of the family, brown eyes. I don't think I have anybody with blue eyes over there. Yeah, I am definitely. I've always been the weird one, though. I'm weird. I'm the tallest one, too. So tall, blue
Your
eyes.
face.
Right. Right. I was the
At
tallest.
least I'm not short.
Yep, the tallest one. Yep, everybody in my family. They stop. I think the tallest one for there was like maybe 5'10". That was my Uncle Jeff, 5'10", 5'11". And then there's me.
Yeah.
They're like, who? And they ask if some people ask if I'm
Uncle Jeff,
adopted.
too.
Do you?
I do.
I had an Uncle Dennis on both sides of the family.
No Uncle Dennis here.
Yeah, there was my mom and dad had a brother named Dennis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not the same brother.
God no.
God, no.
No, we lived in Maryland. We were one state over.
I'm a little too north for that type of family.
No, I was saying a little too east for that type of family.
Oh, do they do that up north too?
The whole joke is West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
That's now 2 episodes where we've done that.
You're going to have to make an apology.
I'm going to have to sign an apology letter. I'm going to have to write them. They're wild and wonderful there. We learned their state slogan.
Oh, they're so little though.
Yeah. And very densely populated because the whole middle really is just mountains. You can't really, like the south to like, you can't really do much with. So it's kind of like populated over here
North
and
Dakota
populated
of the
over
East.
here. Right? You just kind of, I mean, there's probably mountain people. And the mountain people will never hear what I'm saying about them. So that's
Yeah.
who I'm talking about.
It's all about you.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the regular cool people down
Mountain
in,
person here chiming in.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's like, I noticed while I was in my shack.
In the foothills of Virginia.
What is your mailing
Virginia.
address, sir? I'm like, no.
You'll be getting a strongly worded letter from me in approximately a week and a half.
There was a guy one time who said, I got a letter. He said, he made a joke about Middle Easterns or something back in that day. And he said, and I got an email. He said, somebody wrote me an email. And he was obviously a very angry, Middle Eastern man. And it was like, at least I think so. It was in italics, so I can only assume. Stupid asshole. Stupid asshole. like foreign languages, like when they write, it's in a different shape. Like, that's so stupid.
It's like, but at the same time, it's like old people who yell everything through text.
All caps. All caps.
Hello, granddaughter. I love you so much. This is your Aunt Karen. I know who you are. Your name is at the top of the post.
But that is so weird how far we've come with that text speak that is considered yelling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that actually makes people like recoil. They read it like, oh,
yeah, I'm like,
geez.
whoa,
like,
calm down,
right,
princess.
Like, but I can handle people yelling at me better than I can handle like all caps messages.
No, this is disrespect.
Like if somebody yells, I'm like, all right, take care, But if they write it, I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, because you have to hear it.
Yeah, why did it? Because I have to stick around for all of it. Ah! I don't
want
understand.
to finish.
I don't want to finish this. But yeah, we have a guy who QAs our reports at where I'm at. And he writes all of his emails and he writes it back. And everybody's like, he needs to calm that shit down because it's like, it's just simply like, hey, you forgot to put your vitals in the narrative. But it's like, hey, it's like, Jesus.
Whoa.
But I said, dude, it's a thing of age. And they're like, I don't even know how old he is. Now everybody's trying to figure out like his age and if it's forgivable. Like that's where you start to like have to disseminate like whether or not it's like,
Right.
does he get a pass or not? But I think he's younger than me or the same age as me. And I'm like, dude, I don't do that stuff. So you can't do it.
Agreed.
We're going to have a conversation. I'm just helping him out because whatever. But he's had a lot of younger people who are like, why is he fucking yelling at us? And I'm like, I don't think he is. I think he's just old. So how old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bit older than the other people, the other comics in the scene, except for Rossi, we've established. Shocker. So, like, what have you noticed? Because, like, I talked to older comics. I talked to, like, Stan Shelby's been here, and Apples is a good friend of mine. And we're trying to understand the scene because you're at the part where you're good. You're still hanging in there. But we are just like dinosaurs compared to this scene. This scene is incredibly young. Incredibly young.
I've noticed like the last time I went there, it was a lot of younger guys, but I also don't self-deprecate on stage, so I feel like I'm still like doing a little bit better in the running.
That's true.
It's not like a joke goes wrong with them and this younger crowd, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go myself, and it wants everyone to laugh, and everyone's just like, please don't.
We were talking about that. Me and MK, we were talking about, man, there's a lot of like therapy, like I don't know, like a lot of saying stuff that's really quite personal. They're really offering it up there, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you want to do that. And MK said, Mike Birbiglia does that in his act, but he said in his podcast, you have to let them know you're okay before you do that.
Yeah.
So like save it for a little bit deeper. But then MK said, you can't really do that in 5 minutes.
Right.
Well, these kids at the open mic, man, they're just charging forward.
Right.
So the weird thing about holding a razor blade is, like, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Right. Or one guy that just like his entire set revolved around how much better it would be if he was getting head right then.
I know who you're talking about
his
too.
entire set. And there's a guy in the audience that was falling asleep while he was telling it. And he's trying to talk to him, the guy won't respond. And then what's the host's name again?
For the Wednesday one?
Yes.
Is it Liv?
The girl,
Liv Smith?
I think so. She's got the long dirty blonde hair.
It changes color, but I think so.
Okay, so she comes up on stage and she's asking if anybody has a blue Mercedes SUV outside because their lights are on. And nobody is responding. She's like, they've been on for a while. And I was like, it's probably this guy sleeping. I was like, give me the microphone. So she gives me the mic and I go and sit down next to him and I'm like, hey, sweetie, you having a nice nap? And he is not responding. And I'm like, you're not in bed yet. You're at Wits End Comedy. And then he looks up at me and I'm like, hey, he's alive, everyone. Everyone starts clapping and he starts clapping too. And I'm like, what's your name, friend? He goes, Henry. I said, Henry, do you have a blue Mercedes SUV? And he said, yes, I do. Well, your lights have been on for about 20 minutes, pal. And I give the microphone back to Liv. And it was the most laughs that the room had gotten in like 20 minutes. And she was like, thank you, God, for bringing the show back to life.
This guy showed up to Wits End to nap.
Yes!
20 minutes. He walked in and fell asleep within 20 minutes.
And then walked back outside, I'm assuming, turned his lights off, came back in, got cuddled back up and like rested back in like he was gonna fall back asleep. And somebody goes, hey man, did you get your lights turned off? Does not respond. He goes, all right, cool. And then gets off the stage and then I go up next and I was like, Henry came back in just to try to fall back asleep during Guy's set, ignored him completely, and then walked out the room, probably because he was thinking that he would be having so much more fun if he was getting head right now.
Right. He put that in his mind.
Yes. I'm out of here.
That I would have totally had everybody leave the room. And then I would have set off, like I would have clapped real hard or set off, like popped a balloon or something, made him wake up and just think that like it's now like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'd have turned the lights off. I'd have messed with that guy
I was
while
one
he
of
was
3
asleep.
people that tried to wake him up.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody was waking this man
You think it was
up.
that guy from Clerks 3 or no, was it Jay and Silent Bob Reboot? There was this guy who fell asleep at the music hall when we went to see that, and like nobody could wake him up. And this kid I knew from Best Buy, he was like, yeah, he does this, and you know, he's hard to wake up, so I sternal rub him, and then finally I was like, I hope this isn't like a medical emergency, and you have this thing you can do where you press into the
pressure
nail
point.
bed. And when I did that, he was like, and I was like, all right, so he hasn't
Dead.
suffered a stroke or something.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so I think we're okay. And they were just working on getting him awake. I was like, damn, to fall asleep in public and be that dead.
Right.
Good God. I think we did see him, actually. I think he worked at Best Buy. And I saw him. I was like, hey, man. I said, good to see you awake. And he's like, yeah. Yeah.
Somebody went up on stage and was talking about how big their dad's dick was while he was getting beat with a towel. He looks over, and this is all true. He looks over at Henry. I know his name now. He looks over at Henry and he's like, is this guy sleeping? And that's how it all started. So he's on the mic going, like pretending to be him snoring. And then somebody else tried to wake him up. And then finally, whenever she asked about the car with lights, I was like, this is my chance. Because I was hoping he was going to be asleep during my set so that I could come down and do that. But because they were wanting to wake him up to see if it was his car, I was like, please, just give me the microphone. Just give me a chance.
And that was this Wednesday.
Yeah.
This past Wednesday. God, why did I miss it?
And she goes,
I think I was working.
whenever she called me up on stage, she was like, she already did a little partial set and got the energy back into the room, but here's Red again.
So darn it, I missed it. Like I said, I think I was working. But still, you never know what can happen at an open mic.
Right.
Wits End.
At
Never
10
know what
o'clock
can
at
happen
night.
when you show up.
Right.
Because that's crazy. I've been there before, and it's always just been like, eh. By the way, it's so funny, because I think I would have just dipped out, and I do that Irish goodbye bullshit.
Me too.
Where I just dip out and I don't say bye to anybody, and I think you caught me outside.
I did.
Right. So, you know, what's your name? Or, you know, you a comedian? I was like, yeah. You know, it's like, dang it. Because, like, when I decide I'm leaving, I just leave.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not much for saying goodbye to everybody. I'm trying to be better about it. Well, now that I know everybody more from this show,
Yeah.
then it's easy to just kind of make the rounds. Hey,
Right.
good to see you. Good to see you.
Well, you were out there talking to MK.
Oh, okay.
So y'all were out there having a conversation, and Rossi was there. So
They don't remember that either.
what?
Because MK wrote me and was like, hey, I don't think we've really, like, met, but I'd love to come on your show. And I was like, I know who
Really?
you are, Roast Battle Slayer. But it's so funny, I guess.
That was the night. Only reason I know that she was there is because that's the night that I heard her for the first time. And I was like, oh, she's so funny.
She really.
She's
I mean,
so funny.
They, them. They are.
They are so funny. And when they went up on stage, like whenever I got there the other night, which I'm so terrible about, I get excited. I walk into the bar and I forget that it's like an echo chamber in there. And I'm the loudest bitch for no reason. So I'm like, hey! And hug and hug and hug. And everyone's like, shh. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's the ADHD. It's the autism. The little bit of the autism, my lord.
If you've ever made Mona Bender laugh from the other side of the wall, she sounds like she's sitting in front of you. Like, she'll watch you on the screen.
Yeah.
They actually stopped doing the screen, didn't they?
I didn't see it last time I was
Yeah, I
there.
think they stopped doing the screen to encourage people to go watch it in
there,
the showroom.
yeah.
But she'll be over there, and I'd be up on stage, and I'd say something funny, and you just hear her. And I'm like, thanks, Mona.
Yeah.
And then she laughs even harder. It's like, yeah, you can really hear the bar side more than you think you can.
Yeah, that's how it was with Rose Wright. Rose Wright was one of the comedians that was out all the time back whenever I used to do it a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember
And
that
she's
name.
got a big, hearty laugh, too.
Nice.
It's the best feeling in the world, too.
Well, I think, let's see, what are we gonna set for ourselves? So the next time we talk, or by the time this episode comes out, I don't know when you are. You might be, actually, I think you're the end of April, or might be the middle of April. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe we would be able to know what we were gonna be, but I think those come out in May, the best ofs.
I don't know. I think they came out in May last year, but the voting process was also later because I'm getting like Facebook memories of like the voting still being open at this point.
Oh.
So it might be mid to end of April that the stuff comes out.
So hopefully
Queso.
this queso, that would have gone great with this.
Yeah. Oh my God, you might be onto something.
Yeah, queso, another word. The vocabulary just grows.
Yes, and the tally continues.
I don't think I've used queso in all these episodes, so I just.
You're welcome.
I think on that, baby girl, we're gonna split right here. This cam right here. This was Red. Alicia, Red. If you were voting, you knew the whole name, but if she wants to go by Red, for God's sake, you be Red. You let me know what you want me to put with the thumbnail.
Yeah, Richardson doesn't exist in my mind anymore because that marriage has been over for quite some time.
Fantastic. So I think Alicia Red.
Yeah.
Or Red Alicia.
Eventually, I will have a new last name, but for now, I will let people think that my last name is Red because a lot of people do.
Perfect. So this was Alicia Red. You can find her on TikTok and social media under
Instagram and TikTok, hey_it's red.
There you go. Hey_it's red. And that was it. I was Big Ben. You already knew that. Thank you for snacking and yakking with us. Please take the rest of these. Maybe there might be a magic chip down in there. Who knows?
This is the part where you have to crumble up the bottom just so that you can like get a good shake.
You can drink them. Do that too.
One last one.
And that's it. Thanks for snacking and yakking with us. See you next week. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching another episode of Snackin Yakkin. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, and follow. Also, hit up the social media. And don't forget about the Patreon, just $5 a month. And we'll see you back here next week to do some more Snackin and Yakkin.